Hi, my name is Nick Berry, and I'm taking a course called Creative Minds, and it's based on the book Creating Minds by Howard Gardner, and it's all about creative individuals and in many different fields, and that goes from like Einstein to Gandhi to Stravinsky and Picasso, which currently right now Picasso is probably reading about Picasso is one of my favorite chapters, mostly because of how he talks about, um, how Gardner talks about, um, like being like kind of like a prodigy, um, and how Picasso is like viewed as a prodigy. But what's most interesting is that he talks about how it, Picasso's like creativity is kind of formed up um, by how he has like a huge amount of like social support and like while he's like extremely gifted, like in mimicry, um, like he cannot be expected to go beyond conventional practices. So there's only so far you can go with um, like mimicking another, mimicking another artist, which really is like nowadays it's just like really important and like the music world too is there's a lot of artists who copycat each other, and more specifically that can be associated with like dance music and even like rap and really can go with anything, but it's really easy to tell when it comes to like dance music, um, and it's just kind of interesting that one who's like creative or one who's like trying to push the envelope of where they are in their field. It's like if you try mimicking something, which is basically following someone else's path for like such an amount of time that you're bound to hit a wall um, of ability because you're just following the same path that someone already took. So that part was kind of interesting, or was interesting, and another part that I found was really cool about Picasso is there's a willingness to experiment in more of like a difficult factor like or a medium. So um, so most of the time, someone who's creative, well, definitely, um, like they find like just like sheer enjoyment and pleasure of working in their like in their selected medium, and that's what really like causes them to to like become better artists. So when you constantly are working in your field, your medium, it causes you to be more innovative and creative with everything. So when it comes to Picasso and all these creative artists, and how I kind of, I guess, what's really important is what can I take out of this as, I guess, an artist for myself, because being a DJ is like a huge portion of my life. I love doing it. It just consumes my time, and it's a really great thing. I love it. So when it comes to like looking at Picasso and some of the things that like influence Picasso's creativity as an artist, and what really causes someone to be creative in a field where it just seems like there's always like so much going on, is that mimicry can only get you so far until the point of where you're kind of only blocking yourself. So if you keep mimicking somebody, you're not gonna 100% be able to like expand to like your own abilities, or well, expand to all the different possibilities and abilities that you may have. So you might realize that you have like more hidden ability once you stop mimicking someone else. Um, Another thing is that you really have to have some faith in the like your God-given gifts. Of course, yeah, which is what it was. Picasso was kind of born with was like a really good like talent, and that you have to have like faith in those talents, and you have to constantly be sharpening those talents. You know, by constantly making work and by following and like pursuing what you believe is like your element. Um, so yeah. What's also interesting about Picasso is that he really did establish like new standards for artists all around the world and in like the entire century too, um, just because of the type of art that he did. Yeah. So Picasso to me was very influential um, on being a DJ, and that you really have to start having more faith and really being consumed by your work to start making to start making and start breaking through new boundaries, because if you don't really I guess believe, or if you don't have enough like faith in your talents, and you're now like trying to push yourself to envelope, you're not going to get better, which is kind of what it's Gardner saying in the book. And the fact of like if you aren't sharpening your talents, you're not going to get too far. And of course, you're like those who like end up creating something new usually tend to be shunned by um, other people or whatnot, which is what happened with Freud and with a little bit of Einstein, if I believe, is that you feel isolated because you've kind of reached this next tier of you've reached another tier of trying to push something new that people haven't seen before, haven't experienced before. So in that sense, you are definitely isolated. But in order to do that, like in order to push out something new, you have to constantly be working on, be working on your medium, which is what Picasso did, and which makes his art really good. Is that he enjoys his medium and he constantly works on it. So, yes, so far with Creative Minds and the Creative Minds in the course, it's really interesting on how it applies to my life, and it's definitely given me like new thought on how I could be creative or be more creative than I guess when I usually am, mostly because it's more, it makes you a better worker, makes you just a better student in general, and it helps you get further down with what you want to do. So, yeah.